Right, hello. Good morning. And oh,
Are you serious?
we just I was literally about to say like we're so dumb. So we just started our day and we were just climbing up the trail. We've just literally just noticed something. So we were just climbing up the trail and we're like, oh, the 1900 mile mark should be here soon. And just as we were saying it,
Well, I recreated it. I fixed it.
well, yeah, it was a little trashed and we were like, oh, that's a shame, someone trashed it, but yay, 1900 miles, blah, 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 let's do all our filming and stuff. And then as I look back, after we just rebuilt this 1900, we've just walked straight underneath the, what's it called?
Banner?
Bunting that someone's put up there. Oh, that's so cool. All right, should we go and get our photos and pictures and stuff on the other side?
Yeah.
So it doesn't say 00G1 or something.
Do you feel like this one is a little lesser?
Yeah, a little bit after the skipping, but as I explained in the last video, what I assume was the last video, we obviously missed a bit of the wildcats, so we're kind of hopping up onto the last stretch to Maine now. Can you see it in there? Yeah, just about. It's kind of backlit. Anyway, all right, let's get going. We've got about 11-12 miles to try and do today to the first shelter, and we'll see how we get on. So, wish us luck. Good morning. We're just starting our climb up Mount Success, which seems, at least from the far out, like the topography and everything doesn't look that bad until you start reading in the comments and people saying like, oh, this flat section was actually just like a knee-deep bog, or this little tiny dip you see here is actually like a bouldering exercise or something and is impossible if you're short. So
Love it.
yeah, love that for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, looks like there'll be a fun day. So we're only planning to do about 10 miles today to get to the next shelter, but excitingly, in about 4 miles or so we'll be entering Maine, the last state, which I can tell is already going to be an emotional moment. So anyway, I'm going to keep going. I had some incredible views this morning, which I guess I'll show you now, but from the shelter, the opening of the shelter opens out onto a view, so that was the first thing I saw when I woke up, so that was really nice. But yeah, all right, onwards to Maine. Well, can you believe it? We've hiked from Georgia to Maine. How do you feel?
Oh, I feel very proud of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We saw that. There we go.
been hard.
Yeah.
It's been fun. It's been hard.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy.
How do you feel?
Weird.
Why?
Oh no. It just feels like a big, I don't know. Well, it's obviously a big milestone. It's like that's kind of all of them done. Well, there's 2,000. I suppose 2,000 miles is a big one.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, it's just the finish, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not going to give a toss about 2,100. Really, I'm going to be like, oh, okay. Because at that point, it's like we're on the home stretch.
Yeah.
But well, nothing.
What a journey.
Yeah. Also, the journey specifically to this spot has been rough. It's just like bogs, broken bog boards because the AMC don't use any of their hut or suit money or anything that we pay for to actually maintain the trails, it seems. Or not the ones that paying guests don't enjoy. As soon as you get off those onto just the bits that really only the through hikers are using, it's just like well, it looks like they put bog boards in probably sometime in the 70s, but those have just washed away, so I think that's going to be more of that. But yeah, right, we're going back into New Hampshire now because we're going to
Have lunch.
buy 10 yards to have lunch, and then we're going to get started with Maine after that. Yeah, exciting. Good morning. As you see, Korok displaying the hiking techniques to get through half of Maine. So yesterday we basically did not have an easy introduction to Maine, and it seems like the two terrain types are cliff or bog, and those are your only options. So it was a tough near 10-mile day yesterday. If the ground was anywhere near flat, it was just covered in bogs and broken bog boards because they didn't replace them, or it was like rock scrambling all over the place. So fun times. Today we are tackling what is widely known as the slowest mile on the trail, but could also be fun, is the Mahoosuc Notch. So there's about a mile gap between two peaks. That is basically just an enormous boulder field. So it's 1 mile, and it takes people usually like 90 minutes to 2 hours to do 1 mile. Just because you have to take your pack off and go underneath, around, through, over, whatever, all these boulders. So we'll see how that goes. Should be fun, hopefully. But yeah, once we get to the top of this first mountain, we're going to try and call a hostel in Andover, Maine, which is a little further up the trail, but they do pick up from Grafton Notch, which is the next road crossing. So we're hoping we can get in there and they can pick us up and bring us back tomorrow, because they pick up from a few different places along the route, so it might be an option to maybe slack pack some of these southern Maine rock scrambles, but we'll see. Got to see if they have any availability first, but anyway. Right, let's get on with it, and I'm sure I'll bring you plenty of footage of the Mahoosuc Notch. Alright, let's go. made it.
Hi.
What are you doing?
I need peanut butter off my hands.
Scraping the very
Don't
last
look at me.
dregs of it out of the packet. Yeah, we made it in, what did it take, 3 hours?
3 hours.
3 hours to do a mile. That was tiring. It's good fun, actually. I really enjoyed it. I don't know about you.
I enjoyed it up to a point. I feel like it overstayed its welcome.
If it was 0.2 miles shorter, was that about when you lost patience with it?
Oh no, I think I lost patience about halfway.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I mean, I liked the fact that it was like technical and bouldering and stuff, but not on the edge of a cliff, so it wasn't like you're about to fall to your death.
Yeah.
It was quite nice. So you had time to like stop and think about what move you were going to do and how you were going to get up and over something without thinking, if I step backwards, I'm going off a cliff. Mm-hmm. So that was nice.
Yeah, I wasn't frozen by fear. I was just slow.
Yeah. Yeah, we did good, I think. We've just got the climb up the Mahoosuc Arm now, which is 1.3 mile climb and 1,600 feet straight up. So it's going to be a tough one, but once we're up there, then there's a few little more ups and downs, but that should be all the hard stuff done for today once we're there. So yeah, just still need to figure out what we're doing tonight, whether we're staying in a hostel or just tenting or whatever. All depends if this guy gets back to me, but we'll see. Anyway, you can say bye.
Bye. Oh god, I look so tired.
Oh, it's fine. Hello. That was a tough day.
That was a tough day.
Yeah. So, last update would have been after we finished Mahoosuc Notch, which was fun. Did enjoy that. Mainly because it was a fun little scramble and you could think about what you were doing and you weren't about to fall off a cliff. Then, the climb up the Mahoosuc Arm, that took forever, and it was yet more bouldering and climbing. It just went on forever and ever, and then like when it did eventually level out a little bit, there was just a bog, because of course there is in Maine. It's just nothing but bogs and cliffs. So yeah, it was a very, very tough day because I'm just kind of like feeling like I'm. What did you say? How did you phrase it? Back at square one?
Yeah, like starting from scratch, kind of, physically.
Yeah, just like it feels like just as hard as when we first started in Georgia. And I know you've got to try and keep perspective that like if we tried to start out doing this with 0 hiking legs or miles underneath our belts, it would be absolute hell. And we wouldn't be able to do nearly the amount. But it's just like, it's frustrating because it's like now, what, 7:30? And like, we started at what, 6:30? Yeah. So we've been going for about 13 hours.
Well,
and
to be fair, we have taken a lot of breaks.
We've taken a lot of breaks.
We've tried to figure out what we need to do logistically, but we haven't had signal, so we've been stopping a lot to try to find signal, and it hasn't been going.
Yeah.
So,
but even so, we've done like 8 miles.
It's not been our best mile day.
Like it's just been such slow going when we have been moving, and then, just I don't know. I've just not been in a great mood for the second half of the day, really. But yeah, we're just logistically trying to figure out what we're doing because we're coming to the end of our food, but Maine is kind of like there aren't nearly as many road crossings as there are in like other states, and not as many towns, and they're fewer and further between, and like it just makes the logistics a little trickier to figure out. So like we've got Grafton Notch. We've stopped basically just 1.5 miles or so short of Grafton Notch, which is the end of this last far out map section. So we get to start the last one tomorrow, which is exciting. But the nearest town to that is Bethel, which is like a half-hour drive away. Add in the fact that the weather's supposed to take a turn, and not just like, oh, it's a bit rainy. There's like the remnants of Hurricane Deborah, or Debbie to her friends.
Is it not a tropical depression by this point? I don't know.
It's rainy,
Either
whatever
way,
it is.
Yeah.
Basically, there's the remnants of a tropical storm that's making its way up the East Coast that I think currently is like hitting like Virginia and stuff. And the ATC put out a warning for like heavy rain, and we're like heavy rain in places like Virginia and the Mid-Atlantic region, and then like potential flooding in like Vermont and New England, the New England area. And so we don't want any part of that if it's getting to the point where they're worried about putting out advisories and stuff. So just trying to figure out logistically where we were going, where we were going to book to stay when we had like very little phone signal to even research things. A lot of numbers just weren't dialing for whatever reason.
Yeah, they said we had signal and it just wasn't calling.
So we were trying to call places in a town called Andover, which is another 10 miles further down.
We were originally going to stay at one hostel, and then people said it was disgusting.
Oh yeah, then all my comments, all the people saying it was a really nice place and a really nice stay were all from last year, and then my far out comments refreshed, and all the ones from this year came in saying it's mouldy, there's dust and spider webs and cobwebs everywhere, like the beds weren't clean, like the mattresses were gross. And I was like, someone was like, I think I might have a respiratory illness. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe let's not go there. But yeah, we're booked in for a bit of a pricier option in an actual motel tomorrow night. So tomorrow we're just doing the 1.5 miles down to the road, try our luck hitching in, and basically do all our chores and town chores and stuff in the morning, like resupply. That's our only town chore. I don't know why I said town chores. That's the only one. Get diner food.
Yeah.
That's the other one.
So we can do laundry there.
Yeah, we can do laundry at the motel. Just get food and everything, then go and relax. So.
And wait out the storm.
We can probably still get on trail tomorrow, so it's supposed to be sunny in the afternoon. So if we have to head out at the tail end of the rain, it's not so bad.
What do you mean?
What?
It's supposed to get better Saturday morning.
Yeah, but if it's like still a little rainy as we leave, knowing it's going to be better Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Then we should be fine. But anyway, yeah, very tough day. There were a few tears and tantrums and stuff, but from both of us, not just.
I cried again.
Yeah. Should we do the days without crying counter? Or you can do that on yours?
Yeah, on mine.
Okay.
It's 0. Cried today.
Start now. But yeah. Hopefully tomorrow's a better day. So, right. I'll catch you in the morning. Bye.
We're going to listen to our audiobook now.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Alright.
Bye.
Alright, good morning. I will try and make this brief as it is raining and also very slippy, so I don't want to be filming too long. It basically, as soon as we got our tent set up and like started going to bed, it basically, heavens opened and they haven't really stopped. So putting away a very wet tent this morning was fun. Hopefully we'll have somewhere to dry it at the motel. But yeah, we're just doing our 1.5 mile climb down. Well, I just show you nothing but my chin apparently. Down to the road, and then begin the process of trying to hitch into Bethel. So hopefully that doesn't take us too long, but right, wish us luck as we traverse the trail. In fact, I'll show you, this is kind of a sample of what it looks like at the moment. It's just rocks and roots, and the bits that were mud are now just puddles, but you see it's basically just this. So anyway, let's get going. Feet are already wet, they're not going to get any drier, so we might as well keep going. Alright, catch you in a bit. No, we were just saying, if only this was a nicer day, that would be like the perfect little swimming hole to cool off. Ah well, not today. Alright, so we've just got down to Grafton Notch, and then spotted this. Would have been nice to know beforehand, but that was the Goose Eye Trail was where there was lots of like rock scrambling and exposed ridge, and like that's where you were not having a good time.
Oh no, yeah.
How much of a worse time would you have if you were being attacked by hawks?
It would actually be the worst day of my life.
You're like on the rock just trying to compose yourself and then attacked by birds.
Yep.
That would have been fun. Anyway, right, let's start trying to hitchhike and we'll see how it goes. What's the time now? Like,
No idea. 7?
7:15. So, let's see how long it takes us. Just quickly before we hitchhike, we were just reading some of these signs, which also, this one about the trail, kind of crazy how far we've come. So we're about there-ish. Yeah, I was wondering, I was like, why are they in French of all things? And then realised we're really not that far from Quebec, where obviously they speak, the French Canadians all live, so we're actually incredibly close. Like you can probably see here, like we're actually further north than the border. Most of the border with the US and Canada follows the something parallel. Do you know what it is?
No.
Oh. But at this point, obviously, we're kind of running almost parallel to the border with Canada and Quebec. So, hence all the French on the signs. Thought that was interesting. Alright. Let's get our thumbs
I
out.
feel like this is going to take a while.
Yeah.